Life lesson 91. Sometimes we have to take risks. I want you to think about it for a minute, because life is full of risks, but we don't want to take risks unnecessarily. They need to be calculated. They need to be well thought through rather than just taking a risk on anything. Because as is in business, when I am looking at the risk, but there'll be a calculation on that risk is about. It's understanding that if you're going to take a risk, you are going to have to consider the risk carefully. Here's the thing with risk, right? We're taking risks every single day of our lives. And a lot of risks come down to trust in your gut, trust in your instincts, trust in other people. You'll drive down the road and there's a white dashed line on your side and someone else's the other side of the road. The car's coming towards you and you're trusting that driver not to swerve over to your side or cause you any harm. So we're taking risks on a daily basis. But when it comes to improve our lives or bettering our lives, sometimes we don't take them risks. And we don't take them because we're afraid. But as long as we are calculated with them risks and we understand what them risks are, it's got to be worth the effort. It's got to be worth the consideration of what that risk could give you, because not all risks have large rewards and not all risks have really bad consequences. So it's understanding what the risk is and whether it's worth taking. So think about your life and where you hold back from taking some risks, because I see myself as actually I'm very risk adverse, but actually what I do is quite risky, but it's done with a thought process behind it and very calculated on the potential outcomes. Any business is a risk. Anything that you do, you change jobs are risks. You know, sometimes people stay in their jobs because they better the devil they do know than the devil they don't. Think about the things that you don't do because you're afraid of taking the risk. And afraid might be a big word. It might be you're just a bit fearful of that risk. So ask yourself the question, where is my threshold for risk? Is it very high or is it very low? And if it's very low for risk, if you're finding yourself where I'm not comfortable with this, talk to someone who does take risks and find out how they process the risk in their own mind and what questions they asked to mitigate that risk. Why does one person take big risks and another one doesn't? Now, we're not talking about gambling here. When I say gambling, I mean taking a really risky scenario. This is coming down to the things that you would love to do, but you're not sure whether the risk is worth. If I didn't take any risks, I wouldn't be talking to you today. And this leads really well into tomorrow's life lesson, which again is very exciting for me. Till next time.